It's Penny and Becca for the Sunday Summer Stretch Series. It's Sunday night and it's Labor Day weekend, and you might notice something different, something a little different about us tonight. We are in a holiday state of mind.
Sure we are.
And we are like wanting to share the party with you, because tonight on the Sunday Summer Stretch Series we will be talking about community. And instead of talking about it, we just thought we'd have an experience of it. So that means it's going to involve some participation from you. And it's going to be a thinking game, kind of like a drinking game, but using thinking instead of drinking. Unless, of course, you're having some ice water, which you might need.
Or anything else you might want to
lemonade
drink.
Or
iced tea.
Yeah. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, where did they get those fabulous hats? And I would just recommend that if you have a hat of your own, that you just go get it.
Put it on.
Just go get it
and
put
it's
it
fun.
on. It's really fun. Like, we were just feeling maybe not so energetic tonight, and then we said, you know what we need? We need the hats. And we put on the hats,
Sure.
and
It made all the difference.
It's made all the difference. Well, I have on this crown, which I just got, because it supports this idea of owning your throne. And so, hey, Trinessa's here. Trinessa, we're playing a game. We're playing a game tonight. So if you've got a pen, no, just your computer, just your phone is good. So we're going to ask some questions, and you're going to type them in really fast. And then if you get, well, everybody will have a right answer because it'll be your answer. But we're talking about community tonight in our Sunday Summer Stretch Series. And instead of telling you about it, we just wanted you to experience it. So we thought we'd do this fun thinking game. So we would ask some questions, and then you can jump on in with your answer. So unfortunately, you can't be shy because
you're the only one right now. Oh,
so what? Wait, Lisa! Yay, Gertie's here! Hey, Lisa! So what we're doing is we're playing well, as you can see, we're a little excited because it's Labor Day weekend, and so we needed something to just show. Trinessa, we have a hat for you, and Gertie, we also have a hat for you. It's a little crown to the side if you're not ready for the full crown yet, or the full balloon hat. But this is what we're doing. We said, how can we make this evening really special? And we said, we know, we'll get some special hats. So yes, that's what we're doing.
And that's really the only logical thing to do.
It is, yeah. We were gonna maybe try and do a fire ceremony, but it kind of looks like we have one because we have some special lighting that our producer Gavin put up for us. But we'll pretend it's a fire, yes, and we're having a, what do you call that? Outside, fire pit. A bonfire. A bonfire. Yeah, you might call that a bonfire. You might. Oh yeah. And look, we have this. So that's like our little bonfire. It's really a fire. So, and Gilbert's here. Gilbert's here.
Hi,
okay.
Gilbert.
Hey, Gilbert. So here, and you may notice we have on special hats. So if you have a special hat, please feel free to put on your own hat.
It really does cheer you up.
It doesn't, because I've got a few here, but you might want maybe something in a different color. I don't know, or I don't know what kind of cap. I know, or if you have your bow tie on, that would be, yeah. Becca's multi-color, and I'm just owning my throne here with my crown. So what we're going to talk about tonight is creating community, and why community is important. Because I think for many years I tried to go it on my own, and sometimes when you try to do everything on your own, it's okay, but sometimes it doesn't really go that well either. Because oh, you're so underdressed. It's underdressed. Oh, you don't have a crown on or a cap? Well,
I'm sure you can make something very quickly. You have some construction paper, the funny papers,
what's that boat hat? When you were in school, Gertie, I think we probably made these boat hats. They like a pirate hat or something out of paper. And so if you just have a piece of paper, you could just make a hat out of paper, because it is a party weekend, so we wanted to be festive. So that's what we're talking about. Does anybody have to work tomorrow? You can answer us just yes. That would be like your first test of this thinking game. And I mean, well, we're all probably
or
working.
no.
Or no. It could be no, that you don't have to work tomorrow. And if you don't have to work tomorrow, maybe you want to tell us what you're up to tomorrow. Unless you don't, unless it's a secret or something special. But it could be something fun. I hope it's something fun. It's just really nice, like for us on a Sunday night, to kind of get to relax and say, okay,
we don't have to work.
We don't have to go. That's why we're wearing the hat. Yes, I'm. Right. You're gonna go see your mom. So yes, and have some. So some of you may be having family get-togethers, or what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing tomorrow for Labor Day? Is it like a festive day? I hope you're not laboring, because that's a lot of work. But I will be laboring, but a labor of love.
I will be laboring, kind of a labor of love part of the day, but mostly cleaning house. Something I haven't had a chance to do. And as of now, I always say I'm going to have a day free to do that, and then 20 things come up and I don't. So as of tonight, I still don't have 20 things I have to do tomorrow, so
yeah,
a little bit of laboring. Not such fun, but I'll
Yeah.
feel much better when it's over. So
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling better just having my hat on.
I am too.
I don't know if Ternessa or Gertie got a hat, but I think if you put one on, you will feel better. So here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna really say a whole lot tonight. We're just gonna ask a whole bunch of questions. We're gonna do. Actually, Gilbert, we got the idea from you with your sentence ending. Okay, everyone. So Gilbert is the winner of the free registration to the workshop. Gilbert won because he did for 21 days. He did, or probably even more. He probably did it the whole month of August. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So he would do these things where he'd have a sentence start out kind of like what we're going to be doing. So I won't even try and describe it. Let's just say it was impressive, and he earned his way to the Well Power workshop in a few weeks. So all the way from Detroit, Gilbert will be coming. So what we want to ask you, and I call it speed writing. That's what I call it, not speed talking, because clearly I couldn't even think of. We're a little tired tonight, I think, is the problem. So we have both had kind of long days. We've been all over. We've been everywhere, man. Isn't that a song? Do you want to sing it?
No.
Okay.
You'll never convince me to sing on here.
One of these days, when she doesn't think about it, she'll just break out in song, because she won't be able to hold back anymore. So we decided on Wednesday this twilight thing kind of works, where we start out light and then it gets dark, and then the cicadas, or what are they called? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think they're cicadas. Yeah.
They start singing. Well, they're singing, but they're not singing what? They're not singing We've Been Everywhere. But anyway, so one of the so that would be the exact. See, Gilbert got us started. This would be exactly like the sentence things that he did during the whole month of August. He would just, like, you'd start it and then you just fill in the blanks. So like the speed writing. Thank you for keeping me on track, Gilbert. Becca usually does, but like I say, we're both a little bit tired. It's all we could do to put on our hats. Is all we could do to put on our hats.
Push the button.
And push the button
that's live.
3, 2, 1.
So you guys are going to have to jump in and liven us up tonight.
Yeah, if you can jump in,
if you can
send some thumbs up, if you can send some crowns. I don't know if you can send hats across, but you know.
That would be cool.
And then, wow, look, they handed up right on us. So anyway, we just wonder what you're up to this weekend. We hope you're having a good weekend where it's, yay!
Thank you, Gilbert.
Thank you. That was very exciting. It just takes a little something like that to get us all wound up like that. It doesn't take much. It's the little things in life, like the little thumbs up. So here's what we thought we'd do. We would say a sentence like one of the things I like about the Sunday Summer Stretch series. And then you could maybe very quickly write in the hats, or something, even though it's just our first night wearing them. But
it could be your favorite.
It could be your favorite. Anything's possible. So we'll say a sentence and you fill in the blank. What we'd really love for you to do is type it in, and so it will pop up, so we can experience this as a community, so we can share. But if you're feeling somewhat, what? Oh, okay. Our producer was giving us some cue cards, and sometimes he tells us a few things like, so,
Zip it, people.
yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it moving,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what producers do. And so that's really, really good. So we're going to just give you a few sentences, and then if you can think of something and just put it out there, and then we'll go through it like that. And then each time it'll build the momentum and the excitement, and it will be great. So the first question, okay, is everyone ready? There's going to be no timer on it, but, well, there might be, because if you could say it like, I don't want you to think too, even though we said it was a thinking game.
It's really not. It's what's on the top of your...
Yeah, it's like the first thing that comes to mind. First response, best response. So here's the first question. Is everyone ready? If you could just indicate that you're ready by a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And then we would know. So Becca's ready. She's got her pen going.
I'm ready to do this.
She's got it. She's got it going on. So here's your first question. Okay, are you ready? I'm happiest when blank. I'm happiest when blank. What comes to mind? I got this question because one day I was just thinking of the different things that make me happy, and so I wrote down, like, for example, I wrote down, I'm happiest when I'm creating something. I'm happiest when I'm writing. I'm happiest when I'm walking the dogs with my friend Becca and her dog Roscoe. And I'm happiest when I'm with my books. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
Awesome.
Okay. If anybody else is on, you can tell us when you're happiest, because there could be lots of answers. There could be several answers. Okay. Do we get it? Yeah. So it might take us a little longer because we're just on this little phone. So sometimes we can't see the answers unless we put on our glasses with our hats and glasses. So okay. So here's the second question. Wait a minute.
I don't even know where my glasses are. I just have to squint.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mary Kenya, yahoo! Yay! So what we're doing is we are just doing a little sentence finishing. So we're just asking some questions. We're talking about the idea of community, but instead of telling you about it, we just wanted to create a little sense of community by doing this shared exercise and by wearing our hats. So if you have a hat of your own, Mary, feel free to put it on, because it is a special weekend. It is Labor Day weekend, and we just wanted to celebrate a little bit more.
If I had a flag hat, I would have put it on.
We could have. Yeah, there's so many possibilities, really. So the first question I just ask, and all you really need to do is I ask the question, and boom, whatever comes out, you can post it. So the first question was, I'm happiest when blank. So what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say that question? I'm happiest when, boom. So if you feel very brave, or you feel like being part of the community and you want to hop in with that answer, I'd love to see that. So that was our first question. Now here comes the second question. I have the most fun with blank. This could be a person. Okay, I have been laboring. Wait. Oh, you have your laboring cap on? Oh, funny. He has this. So Gilbert does restoration and home things like.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he is actually probably will be laboring on Labor Day with his Labor Day laboring cap on. So yeah. So this might be a good question. Talking about caps, we could ask you what kind of hats you wear, or how many different hats do you wear, like at your job. We'd like to know a little bit about you. This is kind of an evening where we really want to find out about our community, because if you've been with us all summer on the Sunday Summer Stretch series, you kind of know a lot about us. You just didn't know that we had these hats, but now you do.
They were a best kept secret.
Yeah, they're a best kept secret, and now we're coming out with our hats on. So, yeah, what kind of hats do you wear? That would be a good question. Of all the hats I wear, the hat I most enjoy wearing is blank. I don't know if I can repeat that because I didn't write that down, but of all the different hats that I wear. Okay. You both have never been so. Oh, Gilbert, thank
Aw.
you. We have.
I need to hear that tonight too. Thank you.
You know, there's something about wearing a hat that you're really meant to wear that makes you feel. You know that song, "I'm too sexy for my hat." I'm too sexy for my.
I don't know that was one. I don't know that was one of the verses.
Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah, and my
Oh.
cat, but I don't have a cat. But anyway, it was a long time ago when I used to teach aerobics and we play that song. But anyway, so oh, you like your teacher hat? Okay, yes, that's a good one.
I like my mom hat.
You like your mom's hat?
I'm happiest when I'm being a mom.
I like my coaching hat. I like to wear that, but I like my riding hat too because it depends what kind of mood I'm in. Because if I need to be around people, then I really like my coaching hat because I really love to interact with people. When I'm not feeling so attractive or so nice, you know, it's just better for me to keep quiet. And but I like my dog mom hat.
There you go.
I like to be a dog mom hat. And
she's a very good dog mom. My dog loves her.
Well, and we were going to bring all the dogs over, but you know, then the show would go to the dogs, so we didn't want that to happen. I need one of those boom, boom, you know, sound effects.
Need a little drum roll.
Yeah. So, anybody else? What other hats do you wear, and which one is your favorite one to wear? Yeah, that's something to think about in this little thinking game that we're playing here on a holiday weekend. We know that many people could be gone this weekend. They could be out doing something fun. They could be having a bonfire. We're trying to pretend that we're having a bonfire right here, but it's just really mood lighting. Mood lighting.
On to your next one.
On to my next question. Okay. Okay. Here's a good one. So, if I could be anything, I'd be blank. If I could be anything, I'd be. And you know, when I wrote this question down, I was thinking of you when you said I'd like to be paid to be me, and I was thinking my answer might be I'd like to be paid to be me. If I could be anything, I'd be paid to be me and do the things that
I love to do, that are interesting to me, and that I can share with everyone because that's me. I find out really cool stuff, and then my favorite thing to do is to coach, I guess is what you would call it, but to share basically. I like to go around and talk to people and try and help them through things. It seems like some days that's all I do, especially lately.
Yeah, and she's very good at it. She's very good at the coaching.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just really love her hat. I mean,
it's actually, I'm going to let you in on a
yeah.
secret. It's actually Gavin's hat.
Oh, it's our producer's hat. Well,
it was actually specially made for his head. So I had to do a little pulling to get it on, but it works.
Yeah. I like it though.
He let me wear it.
Super nice.
He's good like that.
Yeah, he's very good like that. So Gilbert, do we have any answers to that one? If I could be anything, or is that still teacher? It could still be teacher. Here's the problem. I had some pasta and it's making me so thirsty. I had you ever have some food sometimes and then it makes you so thirsty so that's why I have this glass of water. So I have to have a little drink of the water. Well, I'll ask the question and then I'll take a drink. So if I could be anything, I'd be. And here's a good one. Here's the next one. If I could live anywhere, I'd live. Where would you live? I think I know where you would live. You want to talk about it for a minute while I take a drink of water?
Oh, sorry. I would love to live on the beach. I would love to live in a small coastal town somewhere, preferably Outer Banks. But I'm willing to compromise.
So if you have a place for her, just let us know in the comments below. Yes?
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm all for moving somewhere.
Yeah, I'd love to know how many of you love where you're living right now. Maybe you're thinking, if I could live anywhere, I'd live exactly where I am because it's just another day in paradise. So that could be it, and it'd be cool to know that. Or maybe you're thinking, in an old stately home. Yeah, so that's the other thing. It could be where you are now, just maybe in a different type of house or a different type of place like that. But yeah, it could be the style of home or something. It could be. It would be really interesting to know how many of you really love where you are right now. where you live, what you're doing, that kind of thing, or what kind of tweaks you would like to make. Oh, it's getting very dark. Now we're going to have to start telling some ghost stories, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're on like a ghost ship or something. Oh, you know, sitting around the campfire telling these stories. Do you feel it? Does it, can you see us okay?
Turn on the outside light, Gavin.
It might, because I can't really see my questions anymore. It's so dark. Okay, so here we go. So the next question is, so we did if I could live anywhere. Okay. Oh, this is a really interesting question. I don't know if you're up for it, but, or if you want to, oh yeah. Any s'mores. Yeah, we've got some. And we'll give, yeah. So if you answer with some virtual s'mores and then send them through.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah. So our next question is like a financial question. So if I could earn, well, any amount of money and feel comfortable with it, what would that amount be? I don't know if anybody has really thought about that, because I think we all have a number that we either feel comfortable with because maybe someone in our family earned that much, or you know, you feel like you can't earn more or less, or you might, or a lot of people just say, oh, I'd love $1 million or something like that. And but really, would you? Like a lot of people have said lately in the past couple of weeks, oh, I'd love to win the lottery, but can you imagine all the things you'd have to manage? I always say if you can't manage a little bit, it's really hard to manage a lot. So I'm just wondering if you all have like an idea in mind of what would you consider, I've really made it if I make this much a year. You know, it'd just be interesting to get a concept. Are you thinking about that? It looks like you have your thinking cap on.
Well, you listen to all these different things and they say, well, what if you suddenly made your monthly salary in a week? You know, or yeah. What would you do with that, or how would you feel about that, or how would you feel if you made your yearly salary in a month? And I thought, wow. Yeah, that would be good. Like that one rang a bell with me. Not because I need a lot of material things, but just because when you have money, you have the ability to do what lights you up. You have the ability and you have the ability to share that with other people. You have the ability to make other people's lives better too, which is really what lights me up.
Right.
Is being able to help other people. So that salary, my yearly salary as a monthly salary would be awesome. I think I could do so much with that for so many people. Yeah. So I kind of that one rang a bell for me.
Yeah, because like I think, you know, I can do what I want to do, but if I could make more, then I could help more people.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
How can you pass that on? So that's kind of, so we're just kind of throwing out some ideas for you tonight. We're asking some questions. We're not really telling you a whole lot tonight, but we're just asking questions. We want to put on your thinking cap and think about some of these things. Dig a little deeper and see what you come up with. And of course, it was inspired by Gilbert and his winning ways of the challenge by doing finishing some sentences. So we just thought, because I always like to say that I don't really have the answers for people, but I do have a lot of really good questions, because it's like you can ask the same question and it's different for everybody, because we all have things that mean something different to each of us, and the answer is really your answer. It's not my answer or Becca's answer. We really want to know your answer. So maybe because it's Labor Day and maybe you're celebrating at your own house in your own hat, and when it'll be later when you see this, you can always stop and you can write the questions down, and we'd love for you to let us know what some of your answers are to these. And or even if you don't want to tell us, if you just said, yeah, I answered them, it made me think about some things, that's good too, because maybe you're kind of shy and maybe these are just too personal and you don't want everybody to know, and that's fine too. But so that one, we talked about the income. The next question we have for you is, I'm really grateful for blank. and some of you might be doing this already. You could maybe be doing a gratitude journal. You could be doing, before you go to bed or when you wake up. Or
Gavin and I
at
do
lunchtime.
before we go to bed every night.
Yeah, what are you grateful for? So if anybody wants to put anything up there, you might, like you could say, I'm grateful for bug spray because when we do these campfires without any s'mores, the bugs come. So you could say,
yeah,
bug spray.
Bug spray is very helpful. I am grateful for bug spray.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for our hats, and I'm grateful that we can do Facebook Live and come and see you. Gilbert, you're getting me tonight. It's like you're just saying all the right stuff. So thank you. That's so sweet. So the next question we have for you, and this one you can you'll probably feel not afraid to say, but maybe. So the next question is, I'm really freaked out about blank. So we know that maybe you can have all these nice, warm, fuzzy feelings, but you can also be really freaked out about things too. So what's going on for you? What's worrying you? What's freaking you out these days? And we can tap on that because that's what we do. That's what we're doing at the retreat.
And it really does help kind of calm you down and get a better perspective on it.
Yeah. I had this I had a moment today when I was at the bank teller drive up, the ATM machine, and I forgot that my card, we got a new card and we got a new code, and I was over in Prophets Town. Oh, yay, there was a little something going across. And there's a new code, so I couldn't do any of my banking because I don't know the new code. I know they're doing it to protect, but it was very frustrating because I had all the pieces together, but not the one piece. And then I thought, well, I'm probably on camera having this little freak out thing, which is really, really attractive. So, so I just said, you know what? I'm going to be grateful that they have my security. They're trying to think of me. So anyway, that didn't happen. But sometimes those kind of, I don't even know where I'm going with this about the freak out, but anyway, if there's anything like that that's happened to you today or yesterday or whatever.
I lost my wallet today. That freaked me out. Oh. I didn't really lose it, but I thought I had.
Thought you did, yeah.
I got in, and it was, Gavin and I went out for a breakfast / lunch kind of brunch thing, and and we got our check, and I was going to get up to go pay, and no wallet. None. No. I had my checkbook.
You washing the dishes.
I did it old school. I wrote a check that nobody writes checks anymore. I wrote a check. I don't even remember the last time I wrote a check for something like that. But and then I got out to the car, and sure enough, my wallet was on the floor in the back seat. So it must have fallen out of my purse and all as well. But there was a good 10-15 minutes of freak out, like looking on the floor in the restaurant, looking everywhere for this wallet. So.
Yeah, like things. No matter how many things we have to be grateful for, there's always those few things that just freak us right out. So you don't have to share it, but you might have one come to mind. But now let's flip that and just say the next question we're going to ask you is, or that we'd like to fill in a blank is, I'm really excited about, I'm really jazzed up about. Is there something coming up maybe later on tonight, maybe tomorrow? Maybe this week. Yeah, maybe in 2 weeks. That would be I'm really jazzed up about that. Yeah. We just, in that case, we can like fill each other's sentence in because it's the same. We're very excited about that.
Yes.
And, yeah. So or another one could be, see, Gilbert, yay. Good answer. I wish we had one of those bing, 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 bing things, because that would be
one of those bells.
We'll have one at the retreat, though. We'll definitely have one. We'll have one for every table. So if you come to the retreat, you can ring my bell. Isn't that song? See, I told you she would break out in song. She did it. Yay! Did you hear her? And she's really good too. She did. You did. You did it. I love it. You did it. I didn't mean to trick you, but she sang it. Did you hear her, Gilbert? Did you hear Becca sing? She's so good. Yeah. She couldn't help herself. She was so overjoyed. Yes.
I do like that song.
I know. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. So we'll be doing some singing too, but it's already as much as we can do with these hats on, but it did like break us open for song there for a minute. Yeah. So the next sentence structure I will give you, and then you can fill in the blank, is this: wouldn't it be nice if? Oh, I'd love to hear what your answer is to that one. Wouldn't it be nice if? And it can be anything. I mean, really, go for it. Because if it wouldn't be nice, it could be nice. I mean, really, it would be nice if I weren't so thirsty right now. Sometimes you ever, like, I had this sauce, and it was just too spicy for me. I think that's what it is. Or it could just be that I'm so darn excited. I could live my potential. See, that's a good one. That's a deep thinker, Gilbert, if I could live my potential. But, you know, that's probably what underneath all of them.
Right.
You know?
That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
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 That's a good one. We like that. We like that. Does anybody else have something? Wouldn't it be nice if? I mean, you can go with you can just go on and on and on. Hey, Lauren Larrabee, how's my girl?
Hi.
How are you doing tonight? That's my niece, Lauren. So we're having a little bit of a Labor Day party and your mom's birthday party. Christine is here. Hey, Christine. So what we're talking about tonight in our party hats is this. It's Labor Day, so we wanted to do something a little bit different on our Sunday Summer Stretch series. So we are doing some question and answer, and we just wanted to put on our hats. And so we invite you to wear your hat too, whatever hat that might be. We were talking earlier about all the different hats you might be wearing, and then what is your favorite hat to wear, given all the hats that you do wear. Becca said she liked wearing her mom hat. I said I like wearing my coaching hat and my writing hat. And Gilbert liked wearing his laboring construction, dirty, dusty hat. Mm-hmm. And, oh, hey, there's another Penny on the line. This is very exciting. Penny, do you have your hat on? That's what we need to know. And we know we didn't tell you that you needed the hat, but that's what we're...
But if you have one, run and grab it. If you have one,
run and grab it. And if you don't, Christine and Penny, I do have these little crowns, these little headband crowns. So don't worry. Just put your head like right up to the screen, and we'll crown you. We'll crown you. We'll crown you. Yeah. So what we're doing, we're just talking about the importance of community and giving you an experience of doing something together as a community. And so what we've been doing is just asking some questions. And the next question is this. And this might be a little bit harder because you may not know, but one may really come to mind. So my favorite Labor Day weekend was when? Or maybe it's this one. Maybe it's the one that you're living right now. Like, I'm thinking about my sister got married over Labor Day weekend several years ago, and then she got married, and then the next day she had a birthday, and then 2 or 3 days later her husband had a birthday. So that's quite a lot of celebrating.
That's a lot of celebrating
right there. So that maybe was her favorite. I don't know. So if you have, and we'd also like to know what you're doing this weekend. What are you doing that's fun? Are you laboring, or are you doing something fun? Which maybe laboring is fun too.
Depends on what the labor is.
Depends on
what the labor of love.
Yeah, that's what.
Or a labor of, labor.
Yeah. Hopefully like not labor, because that would be a lot of
pain.
Yeah. So here's our final question of the night, because we know that you are in the middle of your Labor Day weekend, and we don't want to keep you. And plus, you can rewatch this anytime you want to.
We'll keep you company over and over again.
Yeah, and anytime you feel like, gosh, I'd like to hang out with somebody and wear a weird hat. Here we are. We are here for you with our hats. We are here.
Yes.
So here's the last question. And if you would please let us know your answer, just type it right in.
Is it a full moon tonight, everybody?
Yeah.
Did you guys look at the moon? It's a beautiful moon.
We are kind of distracted because as we look up, like we're sitting on the patio, and then right above we're in these higher
Yeah.
chairs, and then it's just like the moon is peeking out right through.
at us.
It's like
yeah.
looking at us, and it's really gorgeous.
Through
So,
this tree.
yeah.
It's really pretty.
It's-
And I can't tell for sure if
it looks almost like a full
there's
moon.
maybe a sliver off the one side still, but it's beautiful. Anybody that has a chance to look up, go check out the
Yeah,
night
'cause-
sky. The moon is beautiful.
I noticed this the other day when I was walking, that, you know, I tend to look down and pay attention to where my feet are going, but every now and then it's really important to look up because there's
Yeah.
things going on. Like
Yeah.
there was this bag, this plastic bag that ended up in the tree, and not that that's a gorgeous thing to look at, but I'm like, how did it get up there?
Yeah,
you know,
where'd
the
it
wind
come from?
dancing and
How
all that
far
kind
has
of
it
stuff.
gone?
Yeah, and what's the story about the plastic bag?
Yeah.
And how's it ever going to get down from there? And all of that. But
Yep.
that's not the
And
final
where will
question.
it end up?
Yeah, where will it end up? So,
It's kind of like the feather in Forrest Gump. Just keeps flying.
the feather. You want to sing about it?
You can't trick me into it twice.
Oh gosh darn it! I was hoping that I could get her to sing again because
There's
she's
no
really
feather
good.
song.
But she could make one up, you know.
Nope.
Julia did the vulnerability
See,
song, so you could do
but-
the feather song.
But
Feather.
Julia's better than I am.
No,
Yes,
you're
she's-
equally, and
no.
maybe at the retreat, you know, sometime you'll both get together and you can be like
And she
back
can
up and
sing for me. And I will like it. Because she's better at it than I am.
Oh, Becca, you're a good singer. So here is the final question: are you ready? Do you have your pens ready? Are your fingers ready to type in, or your thumbs ready if you're on your phone? Are you ready? Yes, I know you're ready. You just didn't tell me.
On your marks, get set. Here's the question. You ready?
Okay. The best idea I ever had was blank. The best idea I ever had. I mean, I know you've had a lot of ideas. And you probably have more than one best idea. But if you had to tell me one of your best ideas, could you please tell me what that idea is? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it so I can have another drink of water. I tell you.
Me
I
too,
don't-
by the way.
Yeah, yeah, we don't know what, well, we do know why, but, okay, so far, yes, was to go and teaching, where did you go to teach English, Gilbert? Oh, did you go to Columbia? Is that where you were teaching English? I like it, because you were wearing your teacher hat. That's Roscoe. Roscoe's best idea was to
bark.
Until it, he wants in. Yes, in Columbia. Okay, cool. What about anybody else? What was your best idea? Becca and I could say our best idea
Was the retreat.
yeah, was a retreat.
Or Facebook Live.
Yeah, which we started.
Both were your ideas. Because
But-
you're smart.
But the thing is, I wouldn't have done them without
she's had
you.
some good ideas.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done them without
I'm
Becca.
just the backup.
It takes two. It takes three.
Kinda like
it
the
takes a
backup
community.
singer.
It takes a community, which brings this whole thing around and wraps up our conversation for tonight. Hey, Lance, thank you for joining
Hi,
us.
Lance.
So what we're talking about is community, and we're wearing hats, as you may have noticed. And we're doing this
In
because...
case you didn't notice.
In case, you know, we know it's really subtle, and we're all about being
Subtle.
So we just thought we'd better explain what's going on. Well, I have this thing I like to call, this whole philosophy called Own Your Throne. And that means step into your power and really be all you can be, sort of thing. So I thought I would need to get a crown to sort of remind me of such a thing. But if people don't like that kind of crown, we also have these little headband crowns. If you're not feeling quite that
I have
ready.
more of the jester hat thing going on,
Yeah.
but it
There-
works for me.
Everybody's welcome in the court. Everybody is welcome in your kingdom or queendom. I mean, at least ours. So we're like, yeah. So anyway, that's what we've got. So so we've been doing these questions. We've been asking a series of questions, and the questions have been very provocative. So provocative that no one's answering except Gilbert, because he's a risk taker, and he's also a winner. He won the free retreat, so he's coming to the retreat.
Yay!
So the last question was, and if you want to jump in and answer it, Lance, it's this. The best idea I ever had was, like, do you have a good idea you want to share with us? We won't steal it because, you know, we've had some pretty brilliant ones ourselves. Pretty much like these hats.
These were a great idea.
These are a great idea. What about you, Lauren? You've had some good ideas too. Yeah, Gilbert's was teaching in Columbia, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I would love to hear. And if you're not live with us and you see this later and you want to leave us your great idea, we would love to hear it. We sure would. We would so love to hear it. But right now, as you can see, it's practically midnight. I don't know. It was really light when we started, and now it's like pitch dark, and now we can see the moon. The moon is
beautiful.
Yeah.
Highly recommend people going out and looking at the moon.
Yeah, looking at the moon. If you can take your eyes off of our crown and our hats for a moment.
It's fabulousness.
Yeah. But we also, the other question we had is how many hats do you wear, and what kind of hats do you wear, and what's your favorite hat to wear? Because you may like wearing one hat more so than another. But we all wear many hats. I mean, we could switch them anytime. So, hey, Deb, thanks for joining us. As you can see, we're wearing hats, and we're talking about the many hats that we wear, and we're talking about community tonight, and we've just been asking people to fill in some answers to some questions and type them out on, but people are a little bit shy because...
Thank you, Gilbert.
Yeah, except Gilbert. And
he's helping us out.
Yeah, he's
joining in and making us feel like a community.
Yeah, a community, because that's what we're talking about. So we were just asking people what the best idea they ever had was, and if they want to share that, that would be great. Or the thing that they're really jazzed up about, like what thing do you have coming up besides the retreat that you're really jazzed up about. It could be something small, something big, something borrowed, something blue. Yeah. And I just keep doing these things to try to get Becca to sing. That's kind of my whole goal of the whole evening, because
it almost worked too.
It did. It did there for a minute. What were you going to sing?
I don't remember.
Was it Fly, Robin, Fly? No. Do you know that one?
Nope.
No, you don't know that one. Okay. So anyway, that's what we've got for you tonight. We just encourage you to go wear your favorite hat and wear it around like nobody's business. We also
plan on wearing this all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Got this.
And then we also encourage you to go outside and look at the moon, because it's really
pretty.
beautiful tonight. At least it is in our neighborhood. And I think that's it. That's what we've got for you. We'll be back a couple more times, and then we have our retreat on the 23rd of September. And I was going to give away this big secret that I'm about to reveal, but I'm going to keep you in suspense because it's September, and suspense is building in September. So we'll talk about that next Sunday, because I mean, we don't want to overwhelm you with the hats and then with the next big thing. So we'll wait until next week, and hopefully we'll see you next Sunday for our Sunday Summer Stretch series. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope you have a really great holiday weekend, if it's a holiday for you. And if it's not, we hope you have a great weekend, or a great week ahead anyway. So thank you so much for joining. Don't you love her hat? I love her hat. I love it. I love it. See you later.
See ya.